Well, next on the programme, we welcome Gavin Yamey, Professor of Global Health and Public Policy at Duke University. Professor, thank you very much for joining us live on France 24. Let's talk a little bit more about the progress made on the vaccine front. You wrote a piece in Time magazine earlier this week entitled "To End This Pandemic, We'll Need a Free Vaccine Worldwide." What's the latest you can tell us from your research?
So that's right. I would argue that until we have an effective and safe vaccine, it's going to be very difficult for us to end this pandemic. What you're probably going to have is repeated waves or cycles of COVID-19 outbreaks simultaneously around the world. The good news is that there are at least 70 vaccines under development right now, and actually the efforts have been the fastest in history. The fastest we've developed a vaccine to date has been for Ebola. That took 5 years. And I would say many scientists, not all, but many scientists would say we could develop one in as short as 12 to 24 months. The time from lab to jab, in other words, the time from when China shared the viral sequence with us to the first clinical trial in Seattle, was just 63 days. That is really astonishingly fast. And there are at least 3 human trials, clinical trials happening already, with around 67 other candidates in development. So, efforts are underway, but just having a vaccine developed alone is not going to be enough. We will have to be able to mass produce it. We're going to need billions of doses eventually, and there isn't a single manufacturer on earth that could do it alone. And crucially, and this is what I write in my piece in Time magazine this week, we have to have a system in place for the fair allocation of this vaccine worldwide. What we cannot allow to happen is for rich countries to hoard and monopolize the vaccine. And very tragically, we are already seeing efforts by rich nations to shore up supply. We know, for example, that there is a vaccine manufacturer that says that one rich country has already agreed to purchase half of all the supply. We know that the Trump administration is reported to have tried to buy a German vaccine company that's making a COVID-19 vaccine so that Americans get vaccinated first. This sort of monopoly behavior is not just immoral and unethical, but actually it will get in the way of us ending the pandemic, because if you've got viral transmission anywhere on
Professor
Earth,
Yamey, as you
it
say,
could lead to
we'll
viral
have to share
transmission
out the
everywhere.
virus. Thank you very much for that analysis. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so I will have to cut you off there. We're going to have to end this news bulletin now. For everyone here at France 24,